I need to ask you a question.
Be curious, Drifters.
Allegron's won the Brisbane Cup, but it's all Antino. Blake Shin, take a bow. Barraquil, Benny Allen hasn't moved.
Broadside him, bobbed, won the Golden Rose.
Pride of Jenny, trying to find the reserves at the 100. She's 3 in front of Mr. Brightside. It's all too late. Pride of Jenny has run them into the night. Switzerland, the big winner by 2.5 Bellatrix Star.
He's down, Jolly Star. She is a star in the making. Jolly Star bolts in.
It's all Isthmus. She's very smart and fast.
Mate, welcome back.
Hey!
Don't even know what season this is.
Oh,
Bit of a comeback season, you might say.
yeah. We've been on...
2026.
It is.
Yeah.
Been on parental leave.
Yeah.
The kiddies have been asking, where are we? You guys still doing the podcast?
Yeah, I've seen a few of those comments, a few of those DMs. We are, but bit of housekeeping, but we'll get to that. We'll get to the housekeeping.
We'll get to the
But
housekeeping.
general, like, fineries. How are you?
Really well.
How's the horse racing going?
Good. Look, typically, prior versions of Declan would take the summer off, so to speak. Like, really, am I interested in Perth racing? No. And then it'd take me a while to warm up, and then, to be honest, I'm still trying to get the hang of it by the time the Blue Diamond comes around. That is not the case this year, Drifters.
I reckon you did the same thing last year.
Yeah, maybe.
And you had a career year last year.
Oh, it was just an almighty fill-up. What do I have to show for it, though? Nothing. I've had my finger on the pulse. I'm not going to lie. I'm more across the 2-year-olds than what I typically am. I'm sick of not winning the slipper, mate. So my big goal this year, is to win the slipper.
Okay.
So I've been paying close attention to the 2-year-olds. I think they're a pretty average bunch again, unfortunately.
Really?
I think so,
I feel like all the good ones are getting injured, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think Warwoven is a very good horse. He should come back for the slipper.
Gives me Storm Boy vibes.
Yeah, and it's not just the silks.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, life's good. Can't complain. What about you?
Oh, mate, likewise. Got a six-month-old son now.
Yeah, daddy.
Yeah. So,
Little blue eyes.
yeah, little blue eyes, unlike his daddy. Blonde hair like his daddy at the same age, though.
Yeah.
So,
Blonde hair, blue eyes, real Aryan type.
yeah, some real strong German genes coming through.
It actually is.
Yeah.
The genuine German genes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, mate, other than that, what's been happening? Been playing some golf. Had a nice little fill-up during the Magic Millions, which was nice. Due to a couple of my favourites, Snitzer Nova and King Aruso, who... why couldn't he be the better the spring or autumn or whenever I tipped him? Why couldn't he done that then, like 3 years ago?
Just to keep you on your toes more than anything else. But I find, the longer we're in this game, the more I learn that if you see something in a horse...
Yeah.
Sometimes it might burn you 2 or 3 times, but when it's at the $10, you have to stay on.
Yeah, and King has been tens several times.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he's paid me back richly.
Exactly.
After a couple of losses. So God bless the King. But bit of housekeeping. I have 3 points. This podcast has been doing 2 episodes a week for God knows 3 years, 4 years. There's 300 episodes. I encourage you, actually, this is a good point by me. I encourage you to actually go into your local podcasting app, open up the podcast, and just play it whenever, just so we can get the listens up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have to listen to us.
Exactly.
But we're dropping that back to 1 episode a week. No review podcast. So we'll just have the previews. Might do some stuff across socials if we really feel the need to do any review stuff. Just as life is getting a bit more hectic for both of us. But yeah.
My life's pretty chill.
Yeah, it's getting there.
My life's pretty chill. It's just, I wish we could do selective reviews where only if we both have a fill up.
We might have emergency like press conferences or something.
Yeah, like Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. Tippy Toes Portnoy. Stands on his tippy toes in every photo he's ever taken.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
That's like me. Like, I'm 6 foot in RMs.
Yeah.
6 foot in RMs.
Yeah. So we're going back to like the original days where we had one podcast a week, basically. Second thing, while we're dropping back in, we're actually adding in 2 segments to our preview podcast a week as well, which will be exciting. One's centered around futures markets, and the other one will be a bit of fun as well. And lastly, but not least, the good people at Ned's have they are no longer with us for this year, but we want to thank them for their support for what was nearly half a decade, pretty much. So, no bad blood here. Might do some casual work from them from time to time, but that just means that instead of looking at the markets just at Ned's, we'll be looking at the markets for the best price, regardless. Which a lot of the times it was at Ned's, but
yeah. I think from an odds perspective, Ned's are as good as anyone out there. And yeah, we'd like to add to that. No bad blood at all. Very thankful for the partnership that we had with the good people at Ned's. But now, if I find a better price with Tab or Team Blue, which is rare, Team Blue skint. Honestly,
maybe we'll be a bit more unfiltered. But that also means we're open for work.
Yeah.
So if you're a Dabble, if you're a Tab, if you're a Neds, if you're a Ladbrokes, if you're a pickle bet, if you're a Palmer bet, we are open for work.
Better.
Yeah, better. Whomever you may be, DMs are open. But now that all that's out of the way. Do we want to get started with one of our new segments?
Yeah, let's get into it.
We'll do them back to back.
Yeah, I think we start with it because there's a few racing this weekend that I was looking at in the futures.
Yeah. All right. So we have whiteboards, both of us. Now the podcaster in Australia loves a whiteboard, but the first one here, futures markets. So what we're going to do is hold ourselves accountable. Now what we have to do is write it down in real time. So the horse, the race, and then the price, and then we'll see how we're actually comparing come race day. So I'm just writing this down here. Mine's at double figures. What's yours at?
Mine is healthy double figures.
Healthy double figures. Okay. All right. I'm going to reveal mine first.
Yep.
He's actually racing this weekend at Flemington. He's going from 2,000 metres up to 2,500. Our guy, Scary, in the Auckland Cup. Mate, 3,200 metre contest over in New Zealand where he's probably going to be versing some absolute dross. And he through the line, first up, over 2,000, that was one of his better runs.
Oh, mate, I thought it was good. And I think he's a live chance this weekend as well. He finally draws a gate. He's finally at a distance which suits.
He's at Flemington.
And he's at Flemington. There's only one issue with him this weekend, and it's the jockey. We got a dog, John McNeil. But he's about $8. So I think he could do worse than Scary at $8 this weekend.
So $14, and the only places that you can actually get this is at Ned's and at Ladbrokes. So $14 is Scary Auckland Cup.
I love that. One of our guys. And I think this is going to be one of our girls. She's racing this weekend as well in the last at Flemington in the Francis Tressity Stakes. I've got a ticket for her at $26 in the Coolmore Classic. And that's Philia, David Van Dyke trained horse, 4-year-old mare. Haven't seen her since she started favourite in the Queensland Oaks. And she ran like 8th or 9th there. I don't think she's a stayer. I think she's a miler. And maybe she can stretch out to 2,000 metres. She's by All Too Hard. His most famous horse being Alligator Blood. He didn't want 2,000 metres. He was a miler through and through, wasn't he? I think she's been trialling up a bomb. She's been set for this prep, a nice long spell. I think there's something to this horse. Ethan Brown on as well this weekend. He's just about my favourite jockey at the moment, Ethan Brown. So she's in a fair few markets. That's why you're getting a decent price. But I think that's a race for her.
Okay. You love the Queensland Oaks as a bit of a identifier Jewess.
Yeah.
Gypsy Goddess.
Yep.
This girl.
Yeah, I find that the Queensland Winter Carnival is fantastic for so many reasons.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's just a great form reference for the next 6 months. And I think when David Van Dyke gets a good one, he knows how to look after him. He knows where to place him. She'll be ready to go first up.
Okay.
Like her this weekend.
I like that. Okay. Now, our second segment each week. I've written mine down already. So it's racing resolutions. So basically, think of a New Year's resolution. What do you want to give up? And us as punters, we need to be better at recognising poor trends. And for me, it's centred around one stable, and that is Chris Waller first up. I can't do it anymore. I refuse. Now, obviously, some caveats here. You look at the Expressway?
Yes.
This weekend. How many does he have?
Oh,
So
the key chances.
Yeah. So the Express race 7 at Randwick, he has Angel Capital, Jolly Star, Lady Shenandoah. Now, all firm in the market. Sorry, Chris, can't do it. And a lot of the time with Waller horses as well, I feel like the ones that are an attractive price, they just need to run. I feel.
Yep.
But yeah, Chris Waller first up. Going to give it a wide berth moving forward.
Yeah, look, we probably have different, what's the word that I'm looking for? Opinions. There's another word that I'm looking for. It's escaping me right now. Theories when it comes to Chris Waller. I think I agree with you to an extent, but how often do we see a Waller horse go bang first up off maybe one trial and then gets jammed into a $2 favourite second up and does nothing, or maybe runs a place, but it's probably disappointing against market expectations. There's a good example of that this weekend we'll talk about. But yeah, I've written down Waller second up after first up blitz. I wink splits. So I just find that sometimes you just leave them second up and maybe they'll blow out in futures market, and that third up or fourth up run is actually their grand final, and that's when you press the button. Yeah. But he's such a fascinating trainer, Chris Waller. There's a whole bunch of theories I've got around him, and you have to have a strong opinion with him because he's got so many fork-end horses in so many big races. What's the one this weekend, Autumn Glows, in the Apollo? Might as well call it the bloody Chris Waller Stakes. I think he's got 6 horses in the race. You don't like to see it. But
Linda Man, Woodton Verney, Solar Spain, Autumn Glow, Eliana, and River Stars. It's a lot.
So does he tell all the connections of every horse apart from Autumn Glow, look, at best you're running for second this weekend?
Probably. A lot of some of them probably have, they're in the same horses, you know.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Good stuff though, mate.
Yeah, work in progress.
Some shopping.
Yeah. I think that our audience will probably be more interested in the futures markets.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Yeah. Maybe we just give the resolutions to the punt eventually. It'll be our decision.
Yep. All right. Hey, there's no outside forces influencing us. We're on no one's payroll.
No. All right, let's start in Sydney. The Piero Plate. Now, 1,100 metres, set waist penalties for the 2-year-olds, which you don't typically see this early, I feel. But you were hoping that Kieran Starr was going to run around in the Millennium last week.
I was, yeah. I've got a big opinion of this horse, Kieran Starr, the stable, particularly Kieran himself. I thought she ran super on debut, finishing in third. Drawn a nice gate here, and look, if anything in the 2-year-old races at this stage, you just probably want a bit of race experience. Best price for her at the moment is with Team Blue, $8.50. So I'll probably have a bet on her this weekend, not in a big way, but if she wins this, she's probably found her way into a golden slipper. So good luck to the Sneesby Racing colours.
Yeah. No firm opinion for me in that race at all. Race 6 is the Tab Light Fingers Stakes, 1,200 metres Group 2 for the 3-year-old fillies. Bit of speed up front here. Wooton Lass, Nepo Baby, Sunrays, who was doing some stuff up here once upon a time. Savvy Halley, who was okay first up. But Apocalyptic at $1.60 with Tab. I'm reading in the screen on front of me. Obviously, horse to beat here.
Yeah, she is Apocalyptic, no doubt. Interesting listening to the stable talking about her. There's probably going to be a fork in the road for her this prep. Is she a sprinter? Is she a miler? What's your gut tell you?
I think she's more of a sprinting type.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's just so lucrative, this Princess series, though.
It is, yeah.
So much cash on the line.
And pretty thin.
Yeah.
This year.
So thin.
Pretty thin.
You always see, and you have a look at the previous winners of this race, right? Lady Shenandoah, Kimochi, In Secret, Fangirl, Every Rose, who ran behind Winks in a Cox plate into third, Flit, Nikita Jane, Elise. When you think of those horses, they're all great horses, but when you think of it in context that this is a 3-year-old restricted race against their own sex, of course they're going to win this race.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you had that thought with Apocalyptic, she'll win. She'll go out and win this.
Yeah. She's incredibly likely, I think. And you got to remember, last prep, she's so lightly raced. She did all that in her second prep. So I think, if anything, the spell's going to do wonders for her. She also had a trip down to Melbourne. I think the trip away will do wonders for her. So she should come out and win this. I like Sunrays, though. I think she was a little bit disappointing first up, but just had a blow, lacked a bit of fitness maybe. And I think Kelly Schwatter just wanted to have that race up here in Queensland before sending her down south. So you could do worse than $18 with Sunrays. She's 18s with Team Blue at the moment. So maybe I'll have a little each way.
Okay. All right. Sabby Halley was a friend of mine once. Wasn't disgraced at the Gold Coast by any means. Grafter Burners was, the entire Brecky Creek was on Grafter Burners for that.
He's a good horse.
Yeah, he's all right. He's fine.
He's a good horse.
Yeah, but Savvy Halley, probably need to see her do it again. I guess at the $1.60, am I really going to bet on Apocalyptic? Probably not. That's not the type of operator I am. Race 7 is the Expressway, 1,200 metres, Group 2, set weights, penalties. Previous winners of this race. Magic Time, King of Sparta, my guy. Overpass, Savitiano, Elise. Elise is all over this. She's won, I think, 3 of the features in Sydney during her career. She only raced for 2 seasons. Yeah, phenomenal. Big girl.
Big girl. Really big girl.
Yeah. And trapeze artist. So, again, good horses win this race. There's a few good horses in this race, though. We talked about 3 of them. Angel Capital, Jolly Star, Lady Shenandoah. Who do you like at the 3?
I like Angel Capital. Jolly Star first up is so dynamic, and she could blow these away, and she's shown us that the last few preps. But I'm inclined to take $4.20 for Angel Capital, as opposed to the $2 whatever with Jolly Star.
Sorry, who's that with? Is it Palmer Bet? Colossal Bet. My apologies.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to be betting mostly with Team Green this weekend, so I'm just going to read the prices for Team Green. He's $3.90, Angel Capital at the moment. So I'm happy to be with him. He flies fresh as well. Angel Capital. He's got a nice draw. The only issue for him is he needs to get a Group 1 win this prep, right? So is he going to be fully wound up? Or is his target going to be, third up, fourth up, something else? If I was Chris Waller, I would have held him back a bit, avoid this lot, and maybe run him 2 weeks before an all-aged into an all-aged.
You know what's so inviting about him this weekend is the set weights penalties as well, because he's getting a kilo and a half basically off Jolly Star here from the Everest, and he was behind her by half a length. Draws a better barrier from her. That's probably the deciding factor in it all.
Yep.
Because if you're on your Angel Capital resume is a Group 2 win defeating multiple Group 1 winners, Jolie Star and Lady Shenandoah, albeit a Group 2 win. That looks pretty good to me. I'm not a breeding guy, you know?
It looks pretty good. They need the Group 1. If it wasn't for a good horse and Jimmy Star, he'd have one, but he doesn't. So, no, I'm keen on Angel Capital. How are you going to play it?
I saw it similar, Angel Capital, but, you know, fuck the resolutions. Jolie Star in this situation, if she goes out and wins, so be it, my point of view. I kind of zig when I zag when everyone zigs with Jolie Star. I kind of jump on when everyone's off and vice versa. So I think it's telling that J-Mac's taken the ride over Lady Shenandoah as well. So that's the pick of the runners, I'd say. But yeah, Angel Capital's got something a bit special about him, and I think he is dynamic first up, undefeated. I do think that at the separates of penalties, he is weighted really well.
Yep.
Race 8, the Apollo. Good horses win this race too. Fangirls won it twice. Animo, Think It Over, Colette, Elise, and Winks has also won this race. Crikey, where's the speed here? Linda Mann knows no other way. The instructor, Ruton Verney. Then Angel Glow will be... Autumn Glow will be right there with River of Stars as well. Antino will be negative, so will Cheerwolf, Aliana, and Steffi will be... They'll all be fighting out for last place, I reckon.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Autumn Glow's $1.60 with laddies.
She's short, yeah. I think she wins.
Yeah?
I think she wins, yeah. This is a pretty stacked race, obviously. There's some really good Group 1 horses here, but I think out of all the horses in this race, she's the best over 1,400 metres. And she gets that first up. And I also think she's just the best horse in this race. I'm fascinated to see where she ends up, whether she gets to a Queen Elizabeth this prep. Look, if I was going to steer you into a bet outside of Autumn Glow, like I can't obviously get involved at those odds. Linda Mann had his best prep last prep.
Yeah.
And jumps to the lead here with Hot Nash. Maybe Nash throws some caution to the wind. Just says, try and fucking catch me if you
fuck
can.
It.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fuck it. I thought Linda Mann, yeah. Like, essentially, 4 in a row. Like, you got pipped by Fangirl on the line in the 7 stakes. But his last 2 runs at the prep, albeit against, like, pretty dog shit opposition.
He was smashing the clock.
He was smashing the clock. Mate, was he the only horse to beat Sir Delius last prep? I think he was.
I think he was.
It's like Sir Delius is the best horse in the country. Now the Veers are retired. So, yeah, Linda Mann could be the one if there is an upset here. But Autumn Glow, obviously, awfully hard to beat. J-Mac has to give her a good ride from Barry 9. But with 6 of the 10 runners being Chris Waller horses, I think he'll be allowed to do that.
Yeah. And also, like, if anyone can get a horse into the perfect spot from gate 9 or 10, it's James McDonald. And you know what? No one will even talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
Because he just does it all the time.
I only talk about it when I'm really keen on one that he's on and he doesn't win.
They're 3 wide the trip.
I'm like, excuse me, James. Just because this is a benchmark 78 doesn't mean...
He doesn't give a flying fuck.
He doesn't. All right, the Triscay Stakes, 1,200 metres, Group 3 for the mares, handicap. Previous winners here, Inhibition, Samana, Snap Dancer. So not a glowing honour board here. But speed in the race looks to be Lilac, Weeping Woman as well. Just Feeling Lucky is usually pretty handy as well. And Super Norwest. Gerringong has been... They've been riding her forward. I think she's better ridden quiet, actually. So probably not the right stable to be getting that sort of operation out of her. Different form lines coming out of this. I know you're a Lilac guy. but you're also a Lazura guy. Mm-hmm. So where are you heading?
I don't know. I think I'd be inclined to side with Lilac on this occasion just because of the weight relief. Like Lazura's got to carry 6.5 more kilos, and I don't think she's that much better than Lilac. She's way more consistent, obviously, and the Archibald stable and not a massive fan. I think could be the most overrated stable in the country. Who's their good horse?
Zaki?
Yes. Mwanga?
Mwanga? Yeah, he was a good one. West of Africa? Who was the horse that I was on in the railway a couple of years ago?
Who hasn't run in the top 4 since?
No, top 4.
What's his name?
What was his name?
What is his name?
Yeah,
it's escaping
He's
me.
changed ownership, I know that.
Yeah.
They're like, they got out of the casino.
They got out of the casino with that horse.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, yeah, I like
Who
Lilac
is
this
their
weekend.
good horse? I don't know. What's the thing up here in the in their silks that wins like once every 15 starts? He's okay.
Sunshine in Paris is retired, so...
She was good.
She was good.
She was proper Group 1 standard.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
But they have as many horses as the big stables.
Yeah.
They don't have as many good ones.
No, they don't.
I don't think Godolphin sent them any.
No.
I don't think Yulong did.
No.
Sent everyone else some. What does that tell you, Drifters?
Do they have that grey 2-year-old? Is that them? Who won the other week?
No, that's Swaller.
Oh, okay.
Hydrix.
Yeah, Hendricks?
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix he's with Chris.
Okay.
All along the Watchtower.
Okay.
But after all that, I might have to back Lilac with Dylan Gibbons on 53 kilos.
Okay.
What about you? Whose team are you in? Whose camp?
I've had some times for Tuileries before. Tuileries. Potentially a bit too short for her, though. So I'll be having a look at her. Just Feeling Lucky's been one of mine.
Port Lockroy.
Port Lockroy. Yeah. Yeah, forgettable. He's awfully forgettable. Tell you who had a good prep last prep was Manal.
Great prep.
Yeah.
She was the other one I was looking at.
Yeah, so only beaten a length behind Steffi in one of the biggest plunges you've ever seen in the invitation last year. But before that, she was an absolute winning machine against very similar opposition here. So I reckon Manal could be a nice little play at $6 with Team Blue. All right, let's have a look at Flemington, unless you had anything else in Sydney.
No.
Okay, good. Race 1 is the Talendert Stakes. Now, this has a pretty good honours list. So, Tentaris won this last year. Mm-hmm. Shining Smile, Aardvark, Mahaba, Ingratiating, Ole Kirk Microphone.
It's great on all this.
For a 2-year-old, it's like Ole Kirk's won a Golden Rose and a Caulfield Guineas.
Mm-hmm.
Microphone,
doing his best work at stud.
Microphone.
Won a size produce.
He won a size produce. Ingratiating.
Didn't win a Group 1, but he won multiple Group 2s and 3s.
Mahaba should have won a Group 1 over in the West.
He should have won a winner bottom.
Yep. He won a Group 2 or 3 on Derby Day a couple of years ago.
He did.
20
Oh, no, we should have had him. It was stupid.
I also bet on him at the Valley one night when I was there. Aardvark, I haven't seen again, and Shining Smiles, one for the Hayes, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I don't have any opinion.
No.
Okay.
This is a watch and learn race for me. Look, Godolphin has a phenomenal record in this race, and I'll have a keep an eye on the Autumn Sun filly, Autumn Lover, to see how she goes because the stable likes her. Good price in the market at the moment. If there's a little bit of specking, maybe I'll follow some people in, but more of a watch and learn.
Zambales for the Freedmans did beat home your girl, Autumn Star, Kieran Star rather. Last start as well, the toppy, so potentially a play there. Race 3, the Desirable Stakes, 1,400 metre listed, set waste penalties for the 3-year-old fillies. Previous winners here, Chillicap, Roll On High, Rosita Espiona won this, and No Restriction. For this race, I had Tango Jewel going forward with Mystic Rain and a bunch of others fighting for position. You famously loved the 1,400 metres. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong race.
This is 1,400 metres. It is.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the wrong race.
Oh,
though.
right.
Like the horses I was talking about aren't in the race that we're talking about. So, Matcha Latte, rather, Aaron Bay go forward with Just a Deal just behind them.
Are you looking at the right race? The Desirable Stakes, race 3?
Fuck me. Sorry. I'm
That's
going
right.
all over the place.
You're in licorice all sorts.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Sass Appeal going forward. Skywatcher, Privateer. Privateer. Wasn't there like a big boom about him?
No, you're thinking of Profiteer.
Profiteer.
Big boom on 100 to 1 horse. Sass Appeal is a horse with a lot of promise. Ole Dancer is a fair horse too, so they're similar prices just because of the weight difference. But I really like Sass Appeal, and also Danny O'Brien of late has been absolutely flying. So I don't have the exact stats in front of me, unfortunately, but he's been dominating the summer. Danny O'Brien, and this one I watched her win a midweeker and absolutely brained him. Also by So You Think So. Gotta love that. Mm-hmm. So I'd be keen to have her, but Ole Dancer could come out and brain them. But I know she's got the Group 1 win, but it's not like she was a filly last prep who was putting them to the sword every start. So maybe she'll need this to wind up.
Yeah, I guess she proved something in that 1,000 guineas though, and maybe it was more so tempo related around that, where she was basically sitting outside of Apocalyptic and they were just fighting it out right to the bitter end. But I think Ole Dance is a hell of a horse. I think $2 is awfully short for her. So Sass Appeal, I think in her first prep, 4th run, that's given me the ick a little bit. The pony for me is Custom, number 3. I thought she was unlucky first up over the 1,200 metres, where she's only going to improve stepping up to the 1,400. I think Flemington's a big tick too. Never been to the track. She's going to eat that up. Yum, yum. 2 trials. Second trial was brilliant. First up, yeah, awfully unlucky. And I think she is going to be a nice bet here. $6 is a good bet. Jamie has been, as J-Mac would say, our mate. She doesn't know what she's doing at the moment. So Jamie needs to lift her game. That's not my words. That's his words.
No. He's entitled to his opinion. It doesn't take much for her to turn a form around, though.
No. Well, half yours.
Poor.
Brilliant rides.
Hey, wasn't too long ago that she carved up the Autumn Carnival. Remember Hayasugi, Southport Tycoon?
I remember all that.
Carved up.
Okay. Now, race 7 is the Elms Handicap. 1,400 metres listed. Wait for age. So Rise at Dawn won this last year. The speed map here, Matcha Latte goes forward from Aaron Bay, just a little just behind, as I said just before, because I was previewing the wrong horses in the wrong race. I've had some time for Matcha Latte over the journey, more so when he's at like midway grand final grade in Sydney. But listed grade here, Frosty on board, not a bad run first up, behind Sandpaper at listed grade in Sydney. Potentially could be a play here, but keen to hear your thoughts.
I found this a little bit tricky. I appreciate Sabaj coming up favourite because he had a really good prep last time in. I don't know what it is about this stable, though, when they've got a short price favourite. I feel like I can't trust them.
No way.
But it's not like he's $2, right? He's $3.80, so I could understand people being interested in backing Sabaj. Cafe Millennium has been flying since he's been with the Hay stable, but the Hay stable isn't flying at the moment. I think they before last weekend, their last sort of 30 or 40 Metro runners that only had 2 winners, which is, they're just not going well at the moment. Might have something to do with the fires at their property, unfortunately, but they're usually a stable you can trust a lot. But just a few question marks there, but all it takes is one weekend to turn your form around.
And a 5-year-old gelding might just be like, you know what, bruh? I don't need to be pampered. Just get me to the races and I'll do a job for you.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Which you wouldn't usually say about Cafe.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
But this stable, different horse.
Absolutely. Too short for Birdman. But there's a horse here who first up record is abysmal, but I like him over the trip at Flemington, and an almighty go for him on Derby Day. It didn't eventuate, which was a shame, and that's number 7 in Exudo. Never won first up, but really well placed here with a little bit of weight relief. I feel like he can run a good race here, and he's around double figures, so I'm probably going to back him this weekend in Exudo. I'd be happy if Sabaj comes out and brains him, because it's probably a genuine group horse. We've got Sabaj, so happy to see that, but I'm going to take him on this weekend.
I'm going to side with my old mate Matcha Latte, just because. And matcha lattes are actually in vogue.
They are,
and he's a 6-year-old gelding, so he's before his time.
He genuinely is matcha latte. I just think they taste like grass.
Yeah, but it's the health benefits, mate.
He's a horse, so, you know.
What would he know?
Yeah,
He'd probably love it.
He probably would love it.
Yeah. Race 8 is the Lightning Stakes 1,000 metres Group 1 weight for age contest. Previous winners here: Skybird, Imperatriz, Coolangatta, Home Affairs, Nature Strip. No Nature Strip here, but not a bad little field. We have Baywalk, Mahuna, Military Tycoon going forward. Barraquil goes forward. My Gladiola to sit off him. Tentyrus at $2.40. What do you do with him? And then Benedetta, just making up the numbers. Tentyrus, $2.40. First up, 1,000 metres.
He's short.
Very short.
He's short.
Last time he was at the races, he didn't even race.
No, he didn't. Sam Friedman came out and said that he's put on like 30 kilos.
Yeah, maybe that's too much.
But what if it's pure muscle?
It never is. It never is with these colts. I reckon they said the same thing about Stormboy.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And you could see it in his boobies.
You could. He was a thick colt.
Yeah.
Fuck. Really thick. I always find this race really hard because you're framing a market, the bookies at least by the looks of it, on what happened at the end of the spring. And if Tentyrus rocks up in Coolmore Derby Day mood, it puts this field to the sword. But it's not 1,200 metres, it's 1,000. And he's first up, and he wasn't fantastic first up last prep.
No.
But it's also the autumn, and he's a 3-year-old colt in the autumn now, and it's like, well, has he already matured? Like, you know what I mean? So there's so many questions, and then if you're asking yourself that many questions and you're looking at $2.30, you have to ask yourself, is it worth diving in at that price? No. And if you think no, then it's like, okay, well, where am I shopping then apart from that? And Giga Kick, I think, is probably around the right price. He wants further than 1,000 metres, but he was back to his best in the spring.
2 really good runs.
Mm-hmm.
He would have run really well in an Everest.
He would have been top 3 probably, top 4 definitely.
Yep.
Eric the Barraquil.
He's a 1,000 metre horse.
He's a 1,000 metre horse down the straight. Don't know if that's his go.
No, I think he likes to run at Moonee Valley, which is not in his favour currently.
Benedetta. Got out of the casino with her. Always have a soft spot for that girl. We spoke about Tentyrus. Babe Arc is an interesting one. Interesting. I think he would have taken a lot of benefit from going down to Flemington and experiencing the straight for Derby Day last year. And 1,000 metres, he leads, pings, and maybe just tries to go really fast. Babe Arc. And Chris Waller knows how to do it in this race. I think he's an interesting one at $7.50.
I don't. My mind's eye. If without seeing the result in front of you from the Coolmore, if you were to ask me, where did Bavewak finish in the Coolmore, I would have said last. He's finished fourth.
He went out quick. Remember, Huey Bowman was on him. I'm pretty sure. Was he?
Adam Hippopotamus.
Adam Hippopotamus was.
Nah.
Huey Bowman was on the previous year.
Yeah. Bodyguard.
When Switzerland came out, fucking brained him.
Yeah.
Oh God. Geez, can find a Coolmore winner.
This isn't a Coolmore though.
This isn't a Coolmore, but it just slightly less weight. Just pings the gates. I think he could be my pony this weekend, which is weird because I'm not a Bavewak guy, and realistically, he's only had one really good race in his life,
Golden Rose,
and it was a really good race. So
Start
he's an
prior to
interesting
that
one.
was good too.
Yeah, he was. Mahuna, the slipper winner. Don't know if she's going to go on with it. It's so lightly raced. My Gladiola is an interesting one. She loves the Flemington Straight. I also have a ticket for her in the Newmarket at 34s. My Gladiola.
That's good shopping.
Great shopping.
You may as well put that up.
I should put that up.
You're gonna put that up right now.
I should put that up.
Yep.
And look, she's $10 here. So if she runs anything worse than third, that 34s doesn't look like great shopping. But I think she runs top 3.
Yeah.
And then she gets into the Newmarket handicap with a good weight.
Yeah.
And she's a Flemington Straight horse if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. No, I think the two I was weighing up because I agree. Tentaris to me is far too short at $2.40 for all the questions that you have in your mind and my mind as well. Bavewak, for him to have his career peak over the 1,400 metres, that's enough of a question mark for me as well. Mahuna, no thanks. Giga Kick, if he wins, so be it. But I think he'll be better out to 1,200 metres as well. So my Gladiola is the one I really found at the price, $12. 1,000 metres, sure, maybe a little bit soft. But in the Coolmore, she had quite possibly, was it the Coolmore? Yeah, in the Coolmore, she drew barrier 1, not the place to be.
Do yourselves a favour, drifters. Watch a replay of that race and only have eyes for My Gladiola. She had to do a stack to come across from gate 1, and guess who she was behind when the race really came on? Tentaris. And you don't want to be behind Tentaris at that stage of the race. And yeah, she got beaten by him by a fair chunk, but she had the best run in the race outside of him, right? Yeah. So she's now drawn a much better gate. And I think for her, 1,000 metres at $10 versus Tentaris 1,000 metres, $2.30. It's like, well, you can bet on her to place, and you're probably getting a similar price, right?
Yeah,
if that's how you play. I don't play that way, but just some advice.
Yeah. So my Gladiola on top for me. I'll probably have a little bit of something on Barrakill just in case. Owes me nothing though.
Owes you nothing. I don't know how I'm going to play the race yet, to be honest, but Bavewak and My Gladiola are probably the ones that I'm tossing up. Would be happy to see Tentaris just braining because he's a 3-year-old throbber, but we've made our money on him.
Yeah, $2.50. Fuck. Not happening. Race 9, the CS Hayes, 1,400 metres, Group 3, set weights, penalties, Colts, Geldings, previous winners here, Seeples. Riff Rocket, Elliptical, who's back here.
Is he?
Yeah, Waller's got him. Yeah, so he had a Hong Kong soiree that did not pan out. He's back here.
Yeah, let's send our horse to Chris Waller after he failed in Hong Kong because that's going to really turn him around.
Pinstriped and my guy Tagaloa.
It's not bad. That's like a genuine, this is a Group 3.
Yeah.
That is a Group 2 list.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'd say.
Seeples Group 1 winner, isn't he?
Yep.
Riff Rocket. One of him and Haitotsu, probably the biggest what could have been.
Two Cox Plate horses.
Yeah. Elliptical Group 1 winner, but wasn't he?
No, he ran second.
Yeah, okay. But sure, Hong Kong ruined him. Pinstripe Group 1 winner.
Yeah.
Tagaloa Blue Diamond winner. Good horses race this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have found doing that analysis of the previous winners as well. It's actually going like, okay, that's the profile of horse I actually need to try and find in future.
Yeah.
It's actually helpful.
It is, yeah.
Because if I see that the winners list historically is dross,
Pure dross.
then I can look for some value if I don't like the fave.
No, it's well said.
Yeah. Now, have a sure favourite here. He was sensational, 60s, first up. Surprised me a little bit, especially considering what the market did with him that day.
I was on him.
Spat him out.
I was on him.
Hope you were on him late, because
I was not.
I think it was $3 out to about $4.50.
I was on him, and it was just because I was looking at, I was like, Rosalind Star. But this is the horse I was talking about for things, resolutions, right? Chris Waller horse goes bang first up, and you're thinking, shit, this guy's just going to do anything this prep. And he comes here sub $2, and you're expecting him to come out and brain them. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes off the boil a little bit and then peaks again in the Australian Guinea. So I'm going to take him on in this race. Mitch Friedman, he doesn't have a lot of horses full stop. He doesn't have a lot of good ones, but I feel like he's got a pretty good one here in number 9, Asakura, coming out of Geelong and Terang. But this horse has been a cut above everyone else that he's raced against. The race in Terang, albeit it was the start of January, but there's been 4 winners from that race since then. No winners since the Geelong win, but that was only a couple of weeks ago, so you can forgive him for that. But I like him, and he does remind me of Seeples a little bit, because Seeples came from a similar sort of background, came out and brained them, and he looks a decent horse. So I'm going to have a bet on him at $6. Haven't looked at futures markets for him in the Aussie Guineas yet, but I probably should do that right now in case there's some good shopping to be had. Because if he's $6 here and he wins, he won't be that price in the Aussie Guineas. So let me have a quick look-see.
Yeah, he was the one at a bit of a price that I found too.
He's $11 in the Australian Guinea, so
it's weird how some of these markets work, because I'm gonna have that bet on my Gladiola in the new market as well. That's a silly
whether
price.
she'll be the same price now. Let's have a look. See,
We'll see.
She's into 15s in the new market.
Okay, there you go. It's good shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found the same one. So race 10 is the Francis Tressity Stakes, 1,400 metres, Group 3 for the fillies and mares. Waste penalties. Chips in.
I think she's a sharp horse. I had the same feeling with Alpha Sophie last week. I was like, give me $3 plus.
Mate, she drifted a little bit.
I know.
She won by, what? two and a half?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was jam.
That
Observer was jam as well.
Yeah, that was jam.
There wasn't much else that was jam for me. I was trying to find value, and 6 favourites won at Caulfield on the weekend. Is fucking hell. Number 1, filly. I think she's a sharp horse. We already spoke about her earlier on in the podcast. I've got a futures ticket for her in the Coolmore Classic. Will she go there? I'm not sure, but I think that's the perfect race. She hasn't raced since last winter. Been trialling up plenty. Ethan Brown on from gate 5. Tick, tick, tick. There's some good horses in this race, don't get me wrong. Had Roach to Arataki last start.
I'm keen to understand how.
Oh, just knew she'd be leading up and in. And also her record in that race was like a win and 2 placings. That was like her 4th go in that race.
She won this race last year.
Did she?
Rotara Taki.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's $3.60, so I prefer her at 12s. Too Darn Discreet, great horse. Had some wins on her, the podcast.
Wet Tracker,
I feel.
And it's, should be good 3 by this stage.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I think so. So Filia is the one for me. I'm really, really keen to see how she goes on the weekend. I think she's a Group 1 horse. Personally.
Yeah, and over 2,200 metres, she was only beaten 2.5 lengths as favourite.
And that was at the end of a long prep, and that was her second ever prep as a 3-year-old filly. I think they went 1 too many.
Yep. So they've started her prep here on the 9th of December, 4 trials in.
Yep.
So been nice and patient with her. Looks typically when the Van Dyke money's short, it's reliable.
And I think the booking of Ethan Brown, because he can pretty much ride whatever he wants in Victoria at the moment, because there's no Mark, no Blake.
Blake's injured.
Blake's injured, and so's Mark.
Oh, what'd Mark do?
Mark broke his. He had a minor fracture in his tibia, maybe, in jump outs or whatever the hell they call them in Victoria. So weird. But he'll be back in a couple of weeks, I think. Whereas Blakey Bill's going to be a bit longer. If he can have the pick of any ride in this race, there's a fair few that he could probably choose to get on. There's no Mar horse in this race, so that probably helps. But that to me that shows intent from both sides. So really keen to see how she goes. I think she wins comfortably on the weekend. She's a good enough price for me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with you. So just thinking off season as well. So Via Sistina retired. She didn't come up in work. I saw today that Sirachi or Coolachi has been retired. Anyone else that I have forgotten? Are the main ones?
They're the only two that come to mind. Yeah. There's probably more, but
yeah.
It'll be interesting autumn. Really keen to see how the 4-year-old mares go. Keen to see how Treasure of the Moment comes up in the futurity. If she goes bang first up, that'll be phenomenal. And whether she is a 2,000 metre horse or not, I'm not 100% sure yet. But I think you can forgive the back end of her prep in the spring with the colic setback, and also the 4-year-old mare in the spring. I think she's not a very big horse either. Nah,
and I've had this opinion of so many staying 3-year-olds where I'm like, oh, well, that horse doesn't want any. They don't want a lick of anything over 2,000 metres, and I just keep getting it wrong. Reef Rocket, Observer in the Derby, her in Derbies or in Oakses as well. So I think 2,000 metres she should be okay though.
Yeah.
It's just against like the Tibbity Top, maybe not.
Yeah.
But Tibbity Top, where's she going to race? Is she going to go to Sydney and take on Sir Delius? Like,
you'd probably try and keep her here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who's the best horse in Victoria at the moment over a bit of a distance? Kitty Cat Tom?
Yeah. How good was that?
Mate,
that was a nice little win by Kitty Cat.
It was a good win because he used to be a bit of a kitten in those situations. A Tom kitten, you could say. But now he's roaring like a tiger.
Yeah, he's
Kitty Cat Tom.
He's a Tom man.
Hey, they brained V8 into third and the race smashed the clock. Yeah. So that tells me, if you see all the horses in the back of that field around third, fourth, fifth, sixth, if they rock up in a benchmark race, fucking launch. And I think Feroce's in for a good prep because he ran so well. Whereas Kitty Cat Tom, Aussie Cup, big Flemington. He's a Flemington horse.
Yeah. Where's the All-Star Mile this year?
Flemington, isn't it?
Yeah, so we go back to back.
I think he well could. Very well could.
Yeah, he was he's a good boy. I was saying this to my wife in the car as we were listening to it. Because I heard Adam Olzanski say, oh, Williams is going to the inside. Oh, no, he's going to the outside. I'm like, oh, no, that doesn't sound good. Because I wasn't watching it.
And he's a big boy, Kitty Cat Tom. You don't want to hamper him.
No. I'm like, but I was saying afterwards, I'm like, I just have a real soft spot for that horse. I really like him.
Yeah, good. You've got to have a favourite.
Yeah, so he might be one of my favourites.
Yeah, I like Kitty Cat Tom. And look, after it, Sam Freedman, he looked like the most relieved man in Australia. Like, Godolphin Group 1 winner enters his stable. We want to get him right. So he was okay in the spring, but probably a little bit disappointing.
Well, he missed the first up run.
Yeah,
so they were chasing their tail.
And it just cooked him.
Especially in the company he was racing against.
Yeah.
That was why it was a good bet.
He was. Going back to Treasure of the Moment quickly, one thing I'll remember for the rest of my life is Francesca Cumani talking about the size of her hooves before that race, before the Champions Stakes, or the Champions Mile, on Champions Day, where it was pissing down rain. She said, look, she's got really small hooves, which, doesn't tell me that she's a wet tracker, because obviously there's not going to be as much surface area when they're galloping on the ground. I was like, I've never heard that before, Francesca. You are beautiful.
Cheerwolf must have big.
I reckon he would. Big hooves. Big hooves.
Yeah, but first up this weekend at whatever price he is.
Don't back him until he's like third or fourth up.
Third or fourth?
Fifth or sixth.
6, 7. All right. We'll be back next week. Check the IG. We might do some to camera work. But yeah, we'll see you then. Hooroo.
See you, drifters.